The Handmaid's Tale's conclusion practically demands that Elisabeth Moss June be revived in the Testaments. The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu has finally ended after 8 years, and the creative team is now working on the follow-up series, The Testaments, which began filming on April 7, 2025. The new show is anticipated to premiere in 2026, though a release date has not yet been set. The story, which is based on Margaret Atwood's second book, is told from the viewpoints of Aunt Lydia, Agnes Jemima, also known as Hannah, and Daisy, 3 women in Gilead who band together to overthrow the oppressive society 15 years after June vanished. The Handmaid's Tale finale introduces the Testaments in a few ways because of the connections between the two series. Above all, it prevents Hannah and June from being together. But this decision would require June to return, which would be a departure from the original. By the end of Season 6, The Handmaid's Tale had put itself in a predicament from which it is impossible to get out. In terms of tone, the dystopian tale would never feel right with a happy ending in which Hannah and June unexpectedly get back together and everything is fine again. However, June's desire to win Hannah back is what drives her character, so it feels like a betrayal of her character arc if she never sees Hannah again. Until she achieves her objective or one of them passes away, there is no reason to believe that she will ever give up on getting Hannah back. Because they were unable to bring June and Hannah back together, the Testaments also became a problem for Season 6 of The Handmaid's Tale. Since it is essential to the plot of the sequel book, Hannah/Agnes must be separated from her mother. They also couldn't kill June unless they wanted to drastically alter a portion of the sequel's plot, which I'm leaving open-ended to avoid giving away too much to readers who haven't read the book. In the end, these factors give June's story a sense of unfinishedness at the conclusion of The Handmaid's Tale. June is by herself, Hannah is trapped in a horribly oppressive group, and Gilead is surviving. It would seem strange not to see June in the Testaments, at least as a guest, since the story of the handmaid revolves around her and it didn't provide her with a happy ending. The thing that attracted a lot of viewers was Elisabeth Moss' character. Furthermore, The Testaments is marketed as a spin-off as well as a sequel series, so it would seem strange to have a sequel in which the former main character doesn't appear. Flashbacks and brief snippets of her would, at the very least, help bridge the gaps and give the stories a sense of coherence. Furthermore, even if the story takes place outside of the present, it would be strange to follow June's child's journey without the mother ever showing up. Given that the book involves a time jump, the Testaments will need to explain June's location and the reason she hasn't been able to free Hannah from Gilead. However, rather than 15 years, there will only be a few years between the shows. Elisabeth Moss's remarks regarding June's possible return suggest that while it may not occur in Season 1, her reappearance is inevitable. Because she doesn't physically appear in the sequel book and the book ends after she boards the van at the conclusion of Season 1, June's ending in Margaret Atwood's The